United or divided? Our American Revolution started with only 20% supporting revolution that were patriots. There were 20% that were Tories or loyalists. But the main body of people, 60%, they were undecided. They didn't know which direction to go in. You know, today we have, everyone is saying things are just not right. You know, we have different views on how things should be done, but things aren't right. You know, we've just seen in our November elections, there was a big switch from the status quo to something different, change, only to find out that it's even more of the same, that it's actually gotten worse. A lot of people are undecided. A lot of people are out there wondering what to do next. I was at a gun show this weekend down in Greenville, South Carolina. We stood in line for over an hour. There were 1,500 people in line at any given point. It was incredible. Those people are concerned. They're worried. These aren't militants. They weren't aggressive. They're worried about their families, their freedoms, and their rights. And this really shouldn't be. I have a little bit of video I want to show, and then I'm going to go on and talk a little bit about something that I am so upset about. It's not even funny. I'm just very upset about it. So let's look at this little clip just to show you what I'm talking about.
This is the line. It just rolls on. Here's the end of it. It goes up, back, down, and then all the way forward. This is incredible. Obama, you need to listen up, Jack. Here we go. Family. John, you can get in there too, bro. Here at the gun show. And we're in line for a while. And talking your wife into going to the gun show is an amazing feat in itself.
When I was in school, I worked with this lady at a restaurant. I was a waiter. She was a waitress. And these people were coming in one day. It was on a Sunday. And these people were coming in, and she looked around the crowd. And she just had this look on her face, kind of disgusted. And she said, "Man, these people are ugly in here today." And you know, I looked around, and sure enough, that was the ugliest crowd of people I'd ever seen. You know, they weren't any different than normal. But she had planted a seed in my mind. And I began to look critically at everyone. It could have been the most beautiful woman passed by, and I would have looked at her and looked for her flaws. It's just natural human behavior. The power of suggestion. I have a beef with the truth movement, with the conservative right here on YouTube that are criticizing those of us that are those 20% patriots. You know what? You want to criticize Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck has moved so many people from the 60% over into the 20%. Yeah, I'm sure he's not doing everything just right. But he has brought a lot of people over. Fox News, guys, I know who owns them, I know all of that. But they have brought over that 60%. They've brought over large amounts of people into the other side. You know, it's funny, I heard something the other day. NRA, blasting the NRA. I said, NRA, come on. They said, oh, it's not the membership. It's the elite in the NRA. You know, if it wasn't for the NRA, we wouldn't even have gun rights today. We wouldn't even have guns. They've stood up for and protected our freedoms for a long time. You know, the Tea Parties. Oh, you know, man, you're wasting your time. You're a bunch of idiots out there. You know what? The Tea Parties are moving people over. Moving them over. Moving them over. I heard somebody the other day talk about Alex Jones was a big profiteer. You know, what happens is before long everyone gets suspect. Rush Limbaugh, man, you hear them attacked all the time. Christians, oh, they're all looking for the rapture and they're not any use to us. That's not true. I'm a Christian. You know, it doesn't matter if I agree or disagree with everything that everyone does that is trying to move us in this patriot side. What we need to focus on is the Constitution. Do you align with the Constitution? If you align with the Constitution, then join us. Doesn't matter who you are. You know, it's funny, a lot of YouTubers, especially Christians, they'll say, well, I'm going to talk about God here for a minute, and if this offends you, just, you know, just like a buffet, you take whatever you want. But then you'll blast and complain against other people that are really trying to move and trying to do the right thing with the Patriot movement. You know, I used to be a member of the John Birch Society years ago, and I was a chapter leader. Actually, I had a chapter here at the house, and I was very involved. It's a very political type organization. And I remember one time this one guy came up to me and he says, well, you know, the Birch Society, they have ties with the, you know, whoever. And I just, you know, I thought, who's sacred? What is sacred? Anything. You know, united we stand and divided we fall. And if we keep nitpicking and criticizing every little thing that goes on around us, it's divide and conquer for the New World Order or whoever else. You know, we need to stand together. You know, the Constitution should be our base. That should be our banner. You know what? 9/11 and all the different things that have gone on around us, and they're all kind of conspiracy theories and everything else. And I'm not saying that I don't hold to my own ideas on things. But all this will come out if we'll just stand firm on the Constitution and we'll continue to move forward for the rights of others. You know, Thomas Jefferson said it best. He said, and this is paraphrased, he said, I may be violently opposed to what you're saying. He goes, but I'll die for your right to say it. You know, the French Revolution was horrible, and it just went crazy. And what happened was the people that started the revolution were the ones in the end that were actually killed by the revolution. We don't want a French-style revolution. We just want to get back to our Constitution. We want to get back to our original foundation and our moorings of truth and integrity and responsibility and duty and honor and all those good things that we all really want. Freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom, you know, all the different things, the right to bear arms, the right for self-defense, the right to protect yourself, state rights. These are the things that are important. Not who owns who and who's got a secret agenda going, and I mean, all that's crazy. Before long, again, everyone is suspect and nobody trusts anybody. So stand firm on the things that we know are wrong. You know what? There are so many things out there that are evident to everyone where things are going wrong. If we don't stand together, they're going to divide and conquer. You know what? If you have been saying things about certain people, you know, I'm going to tell you what, there's so many YouTubers on here I just love to listen to. And I take things with a grain of salt. And I keep my eyes open. I keep my mind open. You should do the same. Be reasonable. And when you're talking about something that's kind of off the wall, be careful not to drive people away from our group. That group is precious. You know, I get my face out here on this camera and talk about freedom and talk about things. But you know what? If everything goes south and tyranny takes over, I'm really putting my life and my family's lives in danger. And so are all those others that are out there. We have to unite. We have to stay together.
No, we'll get grants out.
Yeah. Strength to handle it.